Hi there, and welcome to the Catholic History Minute. My name's Brendan. I'm here to dispel some blatantly wrong history and rumor that has been taught about the Catholic Church, and I'll delve into the people and events of Catholic history in brief fashion. And the reason for this is because if you're a millennial like me, you probably have the attention span of a gnat. And if you're one of our more mature citizens, you're probably sick and tired of having to listen to know-it-all millennials anyway, and you have something better to do with your day. So I'm going to try to keep it short. So today we're going to talk about a man who is considered one of the great villains of history. That man is Christopher Columbus. There's a massive movement today to discredit Columbus as a genocidal maniac who was entirely inspired by greed. This itself is bad history. However, we will get to this drivel in a later episode. Instead, today, we're going to discuss a more benign part of the Columbus narrative, which is no less incorrect. It's common today to believe that in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue in order that he may show the world that the earth was a sphere and not flat, as of course all of the learned Catholic men of Columbus' day believed. This is farcical nonsense. This interpretation has its origins in the so-called Age of Enlightenment, when men were trying to discredit the church as being superstitious and anti-science. To be honest, there are probably more people in the world today who believe the earth is flat than back in the late 15th century. Regardless, knowledge that the earth had a semi-spherical shape goes all the way back to the ancient Greeks, and possibly even farther. Yet today the myth persists that Columbus was the explorer who proved the globe's roundness. And this narrative can actually be seen today in many statues of Columbus holding a globe. This fact begs the question, if everyone already knew the earth was round, what's so special about Columbus? Well, since the days of the great Venetian adventurer and explorer Marco Polo, people knew about the riches in the Far East. Most of the trade routes for centuries had been overland to the Mediterranean. But now, the Portuguese were sending ships around the Horn of Africa in long and dangerous journeys to get to the riches of the Indies. Now here's where Columbus comes in. He says, guys, let's go west. And everyone says, bro, you gotta screw loose. Because not only did Columbus's contemporaries know the earth was round, but they knew the earth's circumference with astonishing precision. It was as obvious in the 1400s as it is today. You'd have to travel forever and a day to get to China by going west, and without resupply, a 15th century ship could never make it. But Columbus, he does his own calculations, and he discovers that everyone else in the world is wrong, and the earth is much smaller than people believe. He figures it's only a hop, skip, and a jump to get over to China. So he goes to the Portuguese. He tries to get them to finance his expedition. The Portuguese are born sailors and navigators, and they tell him, dude, get lost. So, then he goes to Spain, and he meets with the great Catholic King and Queen Ferdinand and Isabella. The Spanish are falling behind their Portuguese neighbors, who are quickly becoming rich off of their trade routes around Africa. Also, the Spanish refuse to go through the traditional trade routes with the Turks, due to Spain's long-fought battles with the Muslim extremists, the Moors. So Ferdinand and Isabella decide that the benefits of Columbus's voyage outweigh the risks, and they provide him with ships and men. Columbus sets sail west, and he quickly discovers something amiss. It's taken him longer to find the Indies than he thought. So what does Columbus do? He pulls an end run. He cooks the books, he jukes the stats, he keeps two sets of logs. One being the actual distance he and his men are traveling, and the other being daily distances much shorter than reality. Now, he shows the logs of the shorter distances to his crew to explain why they haven't found land yet. And for a long time, this keeps him calm. However, by the early part of October, his crew are about to call him Jonah and chuck him overboard. So Columbus promises that if they don't find land in 2 days, they'll turn around and hightail it home. Now, Columbus had a deep devotion to the Blessed Mother, and he and his men fast and pray for deliverance. And that very night, 2 o'clock in the morning, the watch on the forecastle sings out, and lo and behold, America. There you have it. The true reason for Columbus's discovery of the New World was not to prove the flat earther church leaders wrong, but just because he was bad at math. And while Columbus was probably not the first European to set foot on the American continents, Columbus's voyage really is the introduction of Western Catholic civilization to the New World. As I said in the beginning, we'll discuss the slave trading genocidal mania part of the Columbus story in another video. Probably closer to Columbus Day, so you guys can go on social media and refute all the crazies. But until next time, thanks for watching and have a blessed day.